A lot of people worried about the heart these days. They worry, but they're eating all kinds of things that could play a role in affecting their heart. So here's how it works. Yeah, the more fat we eat, the more difficult time the heart has as we get older. I know that's tough to hear because you hear fat's good for us. We need fat. Everybody should be eating lots of fat. Well, basically, that's just permission to get a sick heart down the road. So here's how it works. Your liver is the start of your heart problems, unless someone comes into this life, they're born with a heart condition right off the running. But if they've lived their life, everything's been going good, they get older and they get a heart condition, it starts from the liver. So here's how it works. Your liver's the filter. Your heart's the pump. Your heart's pumping blood. That blood's being sucked through the liver. So it's like a fish tank. You got a filter inside the fish tank. The filter is sitting there filtering all the water inside the fish tank. So as years go on, toxins and different kinds of poisons from air fresheners, colognes, perfumes, from pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, to everything that we're up against these days gets filtered into the liver, including pathogens. So little bugs too get into the liver, bacteria, viruses, different pathogens. But here's the other thing. As we're eating fat every day, because everybody's diet is comprised of mostly fat, no one believes that, but there's fat in everything you're eating and lots of overt fats, whether they're plant-based, they're doing nut butters, they're doing oils, whether they're animal protein, they're doing steak, whatever it is, as they're bringing in all that fat inside their diet, inside their bloodstream, it goes into the liver. And what happens is that fat thickens the blood, so the heart has to pump really hard. It puts pressure and stress on the heart as the years go by, so it starts to weaken the heart. Another thing happens with all that fat buildup in your bloodstream is it starts to collect. Yeah, even healthy fats will start to collect on the inside of the arteries and veins. So over time, the liver gets congested. We get the fatty liver. Even if we weren't diagnosed with a fatty liver, we still get a fatty liver. We get fat buildup in the arteries and veins, and the heart is pumping harder and harder, and we end up with high blood pressure. And that high blood pressure is an indication that we got a buildup, even if the doctor can't see it. If the cardiologist can't see the buildup, it doesn't mean it's not there. And that's how we end up getting heart problems. It's the basis, the fundamental bottom of the barrel basis of how we have heart problems. We end up maxing out the liver. We end up maxing out the arteries and veins, filling up with fat. We end up filling up the bloodstream with fat chronically. And we just have this pump that's working overtime, and we end up with a high blood pressure issue or some other kind of heart condition.